Well, hello. Come right on in. You're at Father Fish.
A search for videos, still don't know the answer. How do I add beach sand from a freshwater tank? Very, very simple. If there is a beach, an actual beach, I don't mean a sandbar that's coming up out of the water a little bit and then turning into farmland. I mean a real beach that like on a barrier island that comes out and forms dunes so that the whole barrier island is sand. What you do is walk from the water's edge up out of the water and go as far as you need to go to get above the tidal range. And if you don't know what that is, then you need to go there when the tide is high. So you know how far up the tide comes. Go up above that, collect the sand. Up above the tide, the sand is washed by the rain. So it's going to be clean and it's not going to have any salt in it. It'll be pure sand dune sand, in other words. Sand collected above the mean high tide will be dry. It will be clean. It will be perfect without doing a thing to it. Well, other than getting the cigarette butts out of it. I'll tell you what happens. This comes up fairly regularly. When you create when you're setting the tank up and you dump the dirt in, it is absolutely critical to level the dirt to make it all even all the way across. No little hills, no ridges, nothing like deeper in the back than the front. None of that. It needs to be dead level, perfectly flat. Then you put 2 inches of sand on that. Now, if you want it sloped to the back, once you've done that, you can add more sand to the back. But don't try to do it with the dirt. Because what happens is, let's say you have a little, some waves, some up and down in there. And then you add the sand, you add 2 inches of sand. Well, that's fine for the lower sand, but suppose there's a mound in there that's about 1 inch tall. That means that mound only has 1 inch of sand on it. Better than taking a hammer to the tank is to add another inch of sand to it. You haven't got enough sand, so add a little more sand. It depends on the 2.5 gallon. I mean, actually, it depends entirely on the 2.5 gallon. If the 2.5 gallon, you have a delightfully established father fish tank full of plants with a dirt layer of about 1/2 inch and 1 inch of sand and a pack of stem plants in there, I would add 2. Put 2 in, just 2. Put 2 in and then sit there for a week and watch them and see how they do. If they do well and they're still alive and healthy and happy in 2 weeks, put 2 more in. All of them are under $10. In point of fact, there are very few plants that are even $10. Some of the big ones, like the big swords, or some of the rare ones. Even the Buse, I think, is under $10. We have very, very inexpensive plants, and that's deliberate. We compare prices with everybody else selling plants. Now, we're not trying to be the cheapest because we wouldn't be able to stay in business if we were. But we are below the average price if you have the tank heavily planted. The plants extract a certain amount of minerals directly from the water or directly from the soil that are precipitated into by the minerals in the water. Keep in mind that minerals in water don't, how can I say this? They don't combine with the water to form a different element or a different compound. They remain minerals in water. Their character doesn't change. They don't somehow merge with the water and become something different, which means because you can't see them, that they have become microscopic particles. The leaves being replaced obviously creates more detritus, but more waste in the tank. But that's not what causes algae. What causes algae is inadequate higher order, an inadequate volume of higher order plants based on available nutrients. Start putting fish in right away. And just do it slowly. Do a few fish, wait a week. If they're doing well, you can add a few more. And this is your tank. You experiment with who and what you want living in it. That's your call. That's what it's there for you to be the gardener, for you to be the farmer. That is your role, to select the animals that you want to care for, that you want to have on your farm, your little aquatic farm. If you have an airline that's delivering air to a filter or an air stone, then that air is circulating out. It's not sealed in. If you're opening the lid to feed, that air is not trapped in there. If you have a little corner notched out to feed or for airlines or whatever, it's not trapped in there. The best solution is always to have a filter. I'm firmly committed to having a sponge filter in every tank.
Did you catch a wave or catch the drift? Have you heard the news on the floor? Father Fish is best, he takes the stress out of the hobby for you. Father Fish is best, he takes the stress out of the hobby for you.